Okay. Well, welcome to a Card Wars video. This is going to be the first one. We got a lot of things to talk about. Ban list shenanigans. What's on the ban list? The new Kickstarter stuff. Possible decks. From this evil banning man. These are the old bans. This is important because, well, yep. New bans. Gnome's Not to 1. And Glorious Gramophone to 2. Draw bad. Um, Golden Axe Stump to 2. Also, hurting draw is also bad? Question mark. Ancient Comet to 2 because it was in a final tournament. Sure. Goat to 1, more draw bans. Red Island to 1, one of the few swamp support. The 1 is definitely going to be hurting swamp a lot. The Jin Ghost limit to 2. This should be to 1, in my opinion. The Jin Ghost is super strong. Way too good to be still at 2. You play your spells for free. I see why it's fine at 2, but still gonna be a really great card. Not really slowing decks down. Do you guys like zero cost Rainbow Draw? Because the ban list does too. Family Gathering, Tandem Bike, and Singing Sword are all gone. Singing Sword isn't a draw spell, but that's just from OTK. That's expected. The other two are just really good free draws. Uh, Blue is lame. We're gonna see more blue limiting in bans. Strength Ghost was really at 2, but it got dropped down to 1. Uh, Rip Field of Nightmare decks. Fummy is at 2. Heavenly Gazer is at 2. All fine. Um, Now we have Raise the Dead at 2. And Subliminal Strength that is banned. Yeah, we just Subliminal Strength we saw coming. Raise the Dead, weird, but sure. Um, More Swamp Hints for reasons I cannot figure out. Happy Go Lucky to 2, obviously. Zero draw ban, or yeah, zero cost rainbow draw banned. Lion Slimy to 2, more draw. We don't like draw. And Grand Prix is back on the ban list. Thank God. Hated this guy. Some new bans, Ghost Ninja and Rockout, both the 2. Ghost Ninja the 2 is not really fixing much, especially for the slower format that's gonna be coming out of this, but it helps a little bit. Rock Out, definitely see why. Again, the slower format, this is just stopping people. Um, like, all right, flip down your blue landscapes. What are you gonna do with already few draw because it's so banned and your supporter's gone now? Um, Ethan Allfire also to 2 question mark. We also just hate corn now question mark. So like draw 8, sure. Draw 8, super, super good. Grand Prix is banned now though, so I don't see why. But also, corn sucks. Like that's mono corn to draw 8. Corn is not that good. Um, so here's the updated ban list, not including the the new 1 per decks with Ghost Ninja and Strength Crystal. Those got moved. Um, so those have not been added to this. That literally just happened. And I had to re-record this voiceover for it. Love that. Um, so here we have some thoughts from people. Here's Johnny. Jacob, evil banning man with the ban list. Bro said, search ability draw. Real, real Johnny. We're banning Tandem Bike. We're also banning Ethan Allfire. Not banned, but like you get the gist. Some great outrage. Why everyone hating on corn? Because blue is better and not boring, and everyone loves it. Evil Banning Man says smells like popcorn in here because he pretty much killed mono corn and it was already 6 feet in the grave. Jeff said, I hate corn, I hate Maze Walker, it's just not that good. Well, to say to that, uh-oh. We'll get back to that later. Scott input on Ethan. Ethan was not that good with Grand Prix, and if Grand Prix isn't banned, I'm writing priority. Let's go. No rioting necessary, Scott. Also highly doubt for corn will be meta, but I guess we'll see. You'd be right, Scott. Mono corn does sting. Alec with we should ban freeze ray. Snow's too overpowerful, and I strongly agree. This is totally not a joke. That card has the word draw in it. What are we doing? We gotta ban it. Uh, Evil Banning Man said we gotta put Void them the 4. Hard agree. If Unempty Coffin costs 2 to play, now we're talking. That fixes everything. You know, play it for 2, play the next creature for 2 or less. I think that just fixes everything. Jeff also gave the idea that Void Thimble's a bad card. Agree. But if it costs an action, dealt yourself 2 damage, and then you gain an action, now we're talking. I also agree. People playing Void Thimble, they should just be taking 2 damage more. And not really, just they're already gaining action. Like if we put it up in action, that seems more balanced. Um, Onto the new Kickstarter heroes and all the cards we're going to be able to use for this tournament. So we're only having access to the Kickstarter stretch goal cards and heroes, on top of all previous cards from the first Kickstarter and all the original sets. So first reveal, Simon Petrikov. First time player removes a frozen token during the turn, draw a card. With 3 pretty interesting ice cards. Um, Icebox seems like it could be fine, especially in a slower format. I don't see it really getting used, especially when you're definitely wanting at least 2 or 3 different landscape types. Especially with Blizzardborn existing, and you want to give up 2 icy landscapes for that in your deck building. Blizzardborn just is way too good for ice. Ice definitely needs it, but now you have to take up 2 deck slots with definitely all these bans and slowing down the game. It's going to be hard making a little bit of space for that ice, and I can see it being good. Mr. Fox, this absolute mad lad. Once per turn, you may reveal the top card of your deck. If it's like cost 0, you may put it in your hand. He brought 3 of the most craziest cards with him. Neuromancer. You could play 0 cards from your discard pile, and then at the end of turn, remove from your game. So like Unempty Coffin, Void Thimble. You just play those, play it again for free. Just flip it. Removing at the end of the game does not matter, or at the end of your turn. Like getting to play those twice is very, very strong. X-ray specs till end of turn. Play with the top card of your deck reveal. You may play cards from the top of your deck. This was definitely super strong, but they've added cards played from the top of your deck cost 1 additional action for each card that has been played this way this turn. So everything cumulatively gains +1 to play, which is a strong fix. It's definitely going to still be seen in a lot of decks. 0 cost. You can just see what next card is on the top of your deck and play it. It's like having an extra card in your hand. You also can figure out how to, just draw it and get through if you don't want to play it. Next is Platypus. This is an OTK legend. I don't think it's going to be much of an issue with all the bans, but +1 attack for each 0 card in your discard pile. 0 cost, Guy's a Menace. Choose Goose. These are all words to me, and that is Choose Goose's premise. At the start of the game, choose a letter of the alphabet. The first card you play each turn with a name that starts with the chosen letter costs 1 less. That's nuts. Especially when all of his name cards start with C. There's a lot of decent cards that start with the letter C as well. So if you just name a letter, everything costs 1 less. I can see him getting played this tournament. Curse words, super good. Choose a letter of the alphabet, deal 4 damage to creature whose name does not begin with the chosen letter. Careful Shuffle is definitely the best one here. I can see a lot of people splashing in corn now just because of Careful Shuffle. 0 for free. Choose the letter of the alphabet, then reveal top 3 cards of your deck, and put all cards with the name that begins with the chosen letter into your hand and discard the rest. So it's a draw 0 to 3. Could be any of those. You just got to guess. But you also get through your deck, and with less draw, this card's going to shine, I think, a little bit, because you definitely want to be able to thin your deck out. Chancellor Accommodation, this only really works if you're having a Choose Goose deck. and are focusing on your letters, but in just a corn deck, this is pretty good. Good attack buff, good defense. Grob, Gob, Glod, and Grodd. At the start of your turn, if you control 4 creatures that cost 3 or more, creatures get +3 attack this turn. Can't see this game played, but we did get Delta Domination from this. Deal damage to target creature equal to the combined cost of cards you control for 0. For 0. If your board's full of 1 cost, that's 4 damage for 0. That's very, very good. We're definitely going to see this played in Swamp, especially with the Swamp hits. It's just a great card for 0. You don't really have to worry about it. You can really just throw it into a deck. It's like, all right, whatever. I see Earthworm getting played too. Pretty good creature. Just at 0/6. If it was a 1/6, be pretty cool. But not doing damage is fine. It's more of a wall. But you get to play cost 1 creature when it dies from your hand into the lane it was in. Bayou Surge, I could possibly be seen getting played. It's a weed card. You destroy all creatures in the lane, so yours and your opponent, and then starting with you, each player may put a creature from their hand into play in that lane. So it could be an interesting way to cheat out big cost creatures, which I get for GGG hero ability. But I don't know if I see it getting played in this format. Even though it is slowed down, it is a 2 cost, and you're allowing your opponent to also cheat out a creature. Could be interesting. I hope it gets C play because I want to see what people build with it and build around it. But I don't think it's going to be that great. Betty. Okay. Begin the game with 5 different 1-cost spells, shuffle them, and set them aside. These are your research notes. Pay an action, reveal a random card from research notes, and play for free. You have a 1 of 5 chance of getting a card that you want. We also have her rainbow spells that are originally blue plains. Glad they're rainbow because now any deck can play Betty. So her first one, ability discovery, draw 2 cards, may shuffle it up to 2 cards from your discard pile into the research notes. Not terrible. You can replenish your research notes even with cards that don't cost 1. So it's kind of a way to cheat it out. It's also another draw spell. Rainbow draw spell, which is perfect. Especially with all these draw hits, I could see betting getting played. Just so, ability discovery is a thing. And you're not using it just to draw 2, have that research notes option. When quality controller leaves play, shuffle into your research notes. Hate it. Not great. 2 costs. Forgot the defense. I think it's like 3/8. And when it dies, it just goes in your research notes, so you can pay it for 1. Cool. Becomes a 1 cost. Sorta. Because, of course, you're still taking the chance of it being in your research notes and you not even hitting it. Next is Lab Assistant. And I love this adorable little puppy. When you play a spell from anywhere other than your hand, copy it. Best of Betty's card. Gonna be amazing. If someone's playing Betty and they're not running Quality Controller or Brilliant Discovery, it's gotta have Lab Assistant in it. You don't really even need Brilliant Discovery or Quality Controller to play Betty. Lab Assistant is amazing. Next is Banana Man. I love this little guy. So funny looking. And once per turn, you may peek at the bottom card of your deck and either discard it or put it on top of your deck. Interesting ability. Not amazing. But the 3 cards we got with Banana Man are amazing. Bog Cyclone. Shuffle your discard pile. Put 2 random cards from it into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your deck. Ever getting low in your deck? Maybe not this time because we don't have as much draw. But, shuffle your discard pile, put it on the bottom of your deck. Hello, deck. It's back. The 2 random cards could be cool. If you have 2 Bog Cyclone, you can recycle it back and forth with another card. So, that's something. Propagator. When Propagator plays, name a card, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's the name card, gain 2 actions. Play a creature for 1 and gain 2 actions. Yeah, this won't be a problem. Abnegator. When you discard this card from your hand or deck, gain an action. More gain and action cards. We haven't seen gain and action in a while. These are really unique ways to do it. I love these cards. They're super unique. We're getting more of the Gators from Swamplands. The Gator archetype is super sick. I always love the design of these. The art on them is cool. Even Bog Cyclone. Like, a lot of this new art is amazing, and I'm loving it. I just think these may become problematic, but that's unsure to say until we get through this tournament. Next are the princess heroes that came back to back with Muscle Princess, Ghost Princess, Hot Dog Princess, and Turtle Princess. I kind of want to talk about these later. They aren't much. They could be interesting. I see some of them getting played, mainly Hot Dog Princess and Ghost Princess. Here's the 6 cards we got with them. These are pretty much all for Darklands PvE. Brawl Prosperity, each player draws 2 cards. That card, I did not say earlier, but it instantly got banned on release. It's a 0 cost, draw 2. Are we surprised? Dynastic Defector, my favorite card of these. When Dynastic Defector leaves play, if you own it, you may play it on another player's empty landscape. Beautiful creature. Beautiful for PvE. I'm wondering if it even sees played in tournament. Could be interesting. It's kind of like a worse paratrooper while also defending you for a few turns. Could be something. Sovereign Sanctuary, heal 3 damage for each creature in this lane. PvE card. Protector of the Realm, destroy Protector of the Realm, cancel the effects of a curse. Curse is only in Darklands, so that's PvE only. You can't even find a way to work around that. Crisis Monarch. When Crisis Monarch enters play, destroy one of your barriers and gain its effects. Again, only Darklands. Divine Rights. Each player heals 15 HP. For 2, I could see this getting played. I could see it getting played as a one-off. Each player heals 15. Maybe you're so far behind that they didn't take much damage from you yet, and you're willing to heal 15 and probably put them to full health just so you have a chance to catch back up. It's a very interesting card. I hope to see someone play it just so I can see how it's put into a deck, what deck it was put into. Really interesting card. Again, mostly meant to be a PvE deck like all of these, or a PvE card, but I could possibly see that one getting played. Divine Right is pretty cool. Next, Baby Finn and Jake. I hinted at this earlier. Your deck cannot contain creatures with more than 3 attack. Once per turn, choose a creature. It deals double damage this turn. Nice. Land. Let's go. We have Toddler Scholar, and when Toddler Scholar deals damage to the player, draws that many cards. Remember how Baby Finn and Jake says double damage? So even without any buffs, drawing 2 with direct damage. That's awesome. Cullaby. Even in not a Baby Finn and Jake deck, destroy a creature with 4 or more attack. Mwah. Oh my god. Beautiful, nice lands card. We got a 2-cost removal that actually has a good restriction on it. I'm excited to see a nice lands buff, and we haven't even got to Neonate Bladesmith. Neonate Bladesmith. When another creature with attack 3 or less enters play under your control, put 2 attack counters on Neonate Bladesmith. This is a walking time bomb. It's a 0/15. You can play. There's so many 0-cost creatures that have less than 3 attack. Or have 3. You're able to play Neonate Bladesmith and just go 0 cost, 0 cost, 0 cost, and get it so fast to 6, what? Because 3 0-cost creatures is 6 attack counters, so it's a 6/15. Plus, you have the chance to use Baby Finn and Jake to double damage. Neonate, beautiful card. Definitely super duper strong. Definitely going to be seeing it getting played along with these other cards. Decks. So, this was also hinted at earlier. This is why it's right after mentioning the Baby Finn and Jake hero. Your deck cannot contain creatures with more than 3 attack. Immortal Maze Walker and Pirate Bear. Yeah, this is very much going to be a deck. People are talking about it. People are probably already built around it. I'm hoping to see it. I want to see how it's played. I don't think it's going to be that great, but it's definitely going to be super duper strong. Pretty scary. Next is Hot Dog Princess. This is why I wanted to wait on the princesses. At the start of your turn, put attack token on each friendly creature with 5 or more damage. Most of the stuffy, huggable cards and the nice lands need 4 damage on them to attack directly or get their buffs. So you can start stacking the attack tokens on these guys. Pretty great. And then keep attacking directly. Beanball Boomba also sets them to 4 or heals them. There's other ways to get their damage to 4 and then 5 for Hot Dog Princess. I could see this deck being pretty big. Next was supposed to be Corn. Grand Prix got banned though. Lich, I don't see it really helping much, but with the new Corn cards and Field Rapier Crust Crusher, there could stand a chance, but Mono Corn, I know people are going to play it. I'm expecting a lot from them because I trust their deck building, but not expecting them to do much. Next is Grand Prix OTK. Grand Prix got banned when I was making this. This is a list on Cardweave as well, so some of these cards, of course, have been banned or limited in different ways. But I just put in here to mention Grand Prix and, of course, Platypus OTK. They kind of go hand in hand, but without Grand Prix, I don't know where these decks are going. I expect to still see Platypus OTK around, but yeah, not much to say there. Party God Movement. With all the draw bans, I can see this deck being pretty dang good. This deck runs very, very well with the little amount of draw it even needs, which really is just beach ball. This deck isn't perfect. It's off Cardweeb. You can definitely change a lot around and also fix it more to your playstyle. But I can definitely see Party God Movement coming in this tournament, the slower format. Next is just Swamp. They got a lot of new cards. Earthworm is like one of my favorites. He's so cool, so cute, and look at those little froggies. They still have Blue Murloc, Bayou Fountain, and Cardboard Mansion. A lot of great cards. Red Island's at 1, but I can still see it getting played. It's just good. Swamp, definitely going to see something, even if it's just a support. Unsure where it stands at. That's why I kind of just put it in here, but I wanted to mention how good Swamp definitely can be. Next is Baby Finn and Jake again, with specifically nice lands, low attack spam, all those 0 costs or less than three attack. Well, 3 and less. Goat is the one, won't stop you from playing it. Still a 0 cost creature with less than 3 attack. Happy Ghost Lucky, same thing as that 2, but great card, especially if your deck's mostly rainbow 0 cost creatures. Scholar Scholar helps out here for draw. Cullaby, of course, removal, and Neonate Bladesmith. All great cards that would be played in this deck and pretty much form this deck and make it exist. Next is Field of Nightmares. I hate that this deck is probably dead. With Strength Crystal being moved from 2 to 1 recently, and Grand Prix gone. Grand Prix should be gone. I don't know a good hero replacement for this. I'm sure Field of Nightmare players are figuring that out. But I was hoping this deck would thrive a bit better with the slower format, but with Strength Crystal 2-1, I don't know what I'm expecting from them now. But I definitely am expecting people to still be playing it. Next is just Swamp and Slimy deck. The Slimies are super good. Don't care if Blind Slimy's at 2. It's only at 2. Still draw card. Blue Slimy's still great. Didn't get hit. The They also still have Flummy. So, dang. We love actions. Tomovonk's great. I put Grand Prix here because it's just good. And it's not really a deck that needs a hero like crazy. So that's why Grand Prix is here, just mainly for Flummy. And the blue Slimies, you pick them up, play them back down, get their effect again. Great card. Grand Prix is gone. So I kind of put Ghost Princess here. Each player starts with a discard pile and puts 3 random cards on their hand. It's just once per game, but it could be good to retrieve the blues and lime Slimies. It could be good for early Tomovonk where you play it. Ghost Princess, you're pretty much guaranteed to get it back, play it again. I really don't know where this deck goes, but the slime is still great. I'm expecting to see some slimy decks around. Next is Ice. Blizzardborn's just good. I also see it getting backed up by the Sandy Land support of Tomovonk and Scorching Serve. Not much else to say with this. Sandy Lands really didn't get hit. Tomovonk's still a great card. Scorching Serve, some of the easiest, cheapest removal. Popular heroes. Ghost Princess, Baby Finn and Jake, Lich, Betty, Snail, and Stag are new. We have not gone over those. But I'm expecting these all to kind of be popular heroes. And thank you for my TED Talk.